Hey, welcome back, Loki. Episode 2. You ready for
Season
this
two.
party?
I am ready. Trying to find out who pruned him,
You
and
pruned Loki.
yeah, who pruned Loki. I believe it was Short Stick. What's his name?
Short round.
Short Round.
You believe it was short? You know what? I'm actually starting to believe it was Loki himself.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it was Loki himself.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see what it is all about. Look, you see? Oh, I never saw that they have the time stream.
Oh
in the
yeah, that's
middle.
right. On the little mural.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Right. So have you heard any rumors about what's gonna happen for this episode?
No, I stay away from YouTube. Or at least YouTube has not or hasn't spoiled anything for me. Besides, the normal, like Deadpool might be like we talked about last time. We had some speculations. I had so many questions that it, starts like unraveling everything we know.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it earlier this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are some of your speculations that you have?
That phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 never happened.
Yeah, because they took Loki out of the timeline, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that it brings repercussions. It's crazy. You take Captain Marvel out, and then it's not as big. Like, yeah, I mean, she was there before Captain America, supposedly. But I guess the Creel. But with Loki, yeah, you take him out, and then you don't have the fight of the Battle of New York. So no Battle of New York. There's no.
No. Actually, remember he got the
you're right.
Tesseract after the Battle of New York.
Oh, so there is a Battle of New York. So they did get the blood that way. Let's see. There would not be Thor 2 with the death of Dark Elves. Odin would be alive. There'll be no Ragnarok.
Civil War. Captain America Civil War. Yeah.
Thanos never came.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of repercussions with that. With Loki. You know what? That's how important Loki is to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
If you take him out, he makes such an impact in all the other movies when it comes to the storyline. Robert Downey Jr. would be alive, or Tony Stark would be alive.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't Loki. Loki's the main protagonist in the first of them. Yeah. He would never have enchanted that sweet doctor or sweet scientist.
That's right.
Padamame would not meet Thor.
You know what? Actually, we said something earlier this afternoon that we talked about. You said Coulson wouldn't be dead, but actually he killed Coulson before the events of New York.
Of 9/11, yes, I know.
Yeah, he killed Coulson before the events in New York, so Coulson's still dead.
Yes. Okay. Well, if you watch the series, he's back. It was weird. He went to Tahiti.
What?
Tahiti. Yeah. They bring him back.
I haven't seen it. I don't even think I want to watch it. I think it's gonna ruin.
No. See, that's when I think that's an error that they made, and that's why Disney had to take over, and now they control everything. Because before Marvel actually went into Disney, or at least when they didn't have control, then CBS had still some rights of this. It was very, very weird seeing off screen. Oh, there's Thor. Oh, there's Captain America, but you don't see them. So it was kind of like it was. I found it very offensive to the fans that just tell us that you don't have the money. Don't even bring it up. Yeah, okay, they're there. The same way we in what's it called Secret Invasion. We knew that they were there. He didn't want to bring back. There was a reason. There was a proper reason. Or at least they tried to make a reason. Not like, oh, they're off screen.
Yeah, you know what? I actually didn't like Secret Invasion. I thought I was gonna like it. I actually hated it.
Which one?
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, this was a secret. Or the invasion part. The only thing I liked about Secret Invasion was Emily.
Oh, Khaleesi.
Amelia, yeah.
Khaleesi. Yeah, but even her star power didn't help out the show.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, we know he's Nick Fury, but his character didn't do much.
I think it's because they capped him. You see, Loki being capped, there's a reason for it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like he's not using all his power. Notice it. He's basically a glorified human while he's
Mm.
at a TVA. He can't use his powers. He's an ice giant. You know, he can't use the stones. And this is more. I see. Like this is more of a redemption story at this point
For Loki.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I guess you can see it as a redemption story. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way. That's a good way to look at it.
I mean,
because I wasn't looking at it that way at all. But yeah, it is a redemption story. Because he went from being the bad Loki, the mysterious Loki, to the good Loki, trying to correct everything, make everything better.
But I think we spoke about this, not on the air, but off. In fact, I think that the better ruler of Asgard would be Loki than Thor.
Yes. Yes. Because even when Loki took over, when Thor left after Ragnarok, no, before Ragnarok, everything was peaceful in Asgard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Thor is chaotic. Thor is a Chad, like the typical Chad. He's a jock. He just pushes things around, like he does things without thinking.
Yeah.
Like you remember mm-hmm. The first fight you ever saw of Thor and Captain America, he literally hits the Mjolnir with the shield and creates that big blast.
Yeah, even Loki, he just stepped back and was watching, remember?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna watch this chaotic fool jump down there and cause havoc.
I mean, what's Loki's true power? But the power of the gab. He talks. That's why they shut his mouth all the time.
Yeah, but he's really clever too. Loki's really clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the smartest people in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. And I really do believe he loves Thor in his own way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's in his own way.
Mm-hmm.
It's in his own way.
I mean, come on. How many times does he fake his death? Jesus Christ. Talk about brotherly love. And then every time Thor wept for him. But it's like a little brother, the little brother that's always fucking around.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. It's the little brother that's always crying wolf.
Mm-hmm. What rumors have you heard?
About the Loki show for the second episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the rumors that I've heard is that that Loki is actually the one that pruned himself by himself. And I actually believe that too. I believe that it was Loki that actually pruned himself.
When you said he pruned himself right now, when you're explaining it, I was like, that's sick, bro. Like he pruned himself. Masturbation can make you blind. That's what I thought. Like when you said that, I was like, prune. I was like,
Grandma always said masturbation was bad.
Yeah. Like Loki, look at your hands. Is the hair growing? And then dumb kid would look, calling himself out.
Yeah, but I say, well, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's get this episode going.
And, just skip to the end,
and we'll see. We'll see what happens with this.
No, I saw the mouse scroll and I was like, no, you're skipping to the end.
Right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go skip all the way to the end. All right, here we go.
Okay.
The branching is overloading the Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
We need to prune those extra
branches.
branches.
Once again, Temple of Doom.
We're all variants.
This
changes everything.
This changes.
So her, the general, there's a rumor about the general saying that she's actually Sylvie. He's old Sylvie. I can see it.
I didn't have friends. I didn't have anyone.
I won't let you down. Sylvie, stop.
What are you doing?
Stop.
Did Kang abuse her too?
But I'm not you.
I'm pretty sure he did.
We need to know what happened at the end of time. Find Sylvie.
What would you like?
I want to try everything.
And here we go.
Thoughts?
Sylvie's not here.
We just got here.
It doesn't feel right.
I know, but why?
It's too safe. It's not a war zone. It's not an apocalypse. It's not her style.
Okay, well, maybe
damn,
she's
he's
changing
tall.
tack. Plus, we got a hit on a 10
What is
pad
going
that
on
belonged
here?
to Hunter
Why are they
X5
1977?
before it went dark.
Well, if the tempad went down,
They're gonna end disco.
I don't disagree. But you said you wanted to find.
Oh, look who it is.
Are the Bridget Bardot rumors true?
Ron, you cannot ask me about that. What are you doing? I'm on a date here, man.
You know who I thought it was when he was coming out of the car?
Oh.
I thought it was the actor Ted Lasso.
For the fans. It's okay to have a drink while we're down here, because we're still working.
Is he running now?
He is running.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Brad Wolf,
it's the
can I get
son.
your autograph?
Anything for... Hey!
It's the son of that lady.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the hunter.
Come on, Mobius! You're gonna ruin my life here!
Your life here?
Oh.
Oh, he's got his powers back.
Okay,
That'd be the idol.
let's just hold on a second.
He's
all
the
right?
Billy Idol.
I thought so. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
It's unsophisticated X5. It's not a fair fight.
that's the Loki we know.
Yeah.
Horns?
A little over the top, don't you think? All the shadow play.
I thought it was spot on.
Yeah, that's the Loki we love.
Yeah. A little off the top with the pruning, and he's back.
Do you think that the he can't use his powers in TVA? Because this is the first time we saw him use his powers. It's been a while.
Yeah. I want a TVA jumpsuit.
We will talk.
I wonder if they make them. Like if you can order them
What
online.
about this?
I like that peacoat he's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I love his character.
Oh, hey guys.
How are things going?
Well, the loom is in rough shape. Interesting. Yeah, I can definitely get into it. Do you think this is a higher priority than preventing a temporal meltdown?
Oh, no. I just focused on the temple. I agree.
Everything you need to know about this, I wrote about it in here.
Just turn into an RPG game. Quest.
The Renslayer trace? Right.
So is she in charge now?
But no,
Huh?
no hits.
Is she in charge now?
First minute's down. the
She's
hackers
running
are
things,
the
I think.
traces manually.
I heard something, an old conversation between Renslayer and He Who Remains. It sounded like they were partners.
She really is full of surprises.
You can say that again.
Like partner smash?
Renslayer Miss Minutes.
Not sure, but I'll keep searching.
But she's a big
If
storm.
there's a hit on the temp pad, I'll let you know, but it'll take some time, so...
Most of all, Brad's an asshole. So don't let him get under your skin. All right? Okay, Loki? Come on.
Say it. Ciao.
Wow.
Welcome back!
There are lives at stake.
That's true. You can't be mad at him. He did what she was saying that they should have done.
Some nerve. Everyone here knows what you're doing, you know. You're just trying to make up for all the terrible, awful shit you've done in your life, you pathetic little man.
Okay, that's enough. No, it's
There you go. You said it, compadre. Redemption.
keep going. I want to hear more.
At the end of the day, you just make everything worse.
Mm.
For Mobius,
Or fun.
for your mother. Stop trying to be a hero, man. You're a villain. You're good at it. Do that.
He made peace with that though.
Thank you, Brad. Very much. So I can do terrible, awful things to you. So let's try this one more time.
He's good.
Where is Sylvie?
Hey, you want to hear a good one? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Brad.
Brad who?
That's showbiz. And I don't want that to happen to you. So play along with us, answer our questions, and we get you back down there so they don't forget about you.
None of this is real. I mean, who even are you on the timeline? Do you know? Doesn't matter.
Guy
I
that
think it
loves
does
jet
matter
skis.
because none of this is real. You wake up, you're just a nowhere man. You're a nowhere man. You're a silly little man. Silly little. Whoa. Mobius. Yes.
It's the first time he loses control like that.
What was that?
Nothing.
There we go.
Okay, I'm fine.
What happened back there?
Key lime pie. Jet skis. He's a Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man. Yeah. Key West. Pies, pies, pies.
You curious? I mean, don't you want to see the life you're supposed to live before they kidnapped you and brought you into the TVA?
Yes.
Really?
Let's see Mobius's timeline.
Because it's not my life.
But it could have been.
It isn't. This is.
Well, I would have been done with a pie by now. I would have been like my second one.
You know, X5 isn't.
Ain't talk too much. Like, eat the pie. Hurry up.
We just have to find the way in.
You gonna finish that pie?
So what aren't we asking?
Look, X5 is a good hunter. Now we just have to find a way to get him to admit it.
I don't get it, because Sophie just found Loki in the last episode.
Make him talk.
In the future.
Come on, you're the god of mischief.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
They locked him out.
Mm-hmm.
It was minutes. What in the world is this contraption?
Where's B-15?
She's not going to be attending this session.
What are they planning here?
Did you find Sylvie? And if you did, where is she? Simple question, really, but doesn't mean we can't enjoy ourselves as we go along. So, plugged in.
You think he's actually going to torture him?
Yeah.
You have no idea how to work that thing, though.
I'm not trying to be a hero, Brad. I'm a villain. Remember?
Yes. Go to your Loki ways.
Hey! Loki, you're not a villain! Loki, turn it off!
Let me try this.
Okay, all right.
No, that's creepy. I don't like that.
That's only made it smaller.
I don't know where Docs and the others are. Okay, I don't know.
Brad, I don't know if you
That
know
makes me feel
this, but
claustrophobic.
Have some perspective on yourself. Okay. Okay.
Brad, you're so convincing. I want to believe you, but you're such a good actor.
Look, I really don't know. I swear.
You're so talented.
Well,
Good cop, bad cop. Always works.
Thought it could help.
Will you sign mine for me? Of course I will. Happy to do it.
Yeah, just next to your picture. Then
Hold on.
That's like me when I'm
Just
geeking
say
out
we're
over
all
Star
gonna
Wars.
die.
Oh, right.
I'm surprised that you're using the logo.
You're going right back to Gizmo.
All right, she's in there.
Disney
So,
must be desperate
Why
for
don't you
money.
guys?
If she's here, I have to find out what she knows. I'll do the talking. Be ready.
He's a McDonald's employee. So he's technically in love with himself.
he beats his meat to himself.
I'm not going anywhere if I get some apple pie.
You see? This, what's up with them pies?
You're right. He's always talking about pies. I gotta find that peacoat.
I thought you were setting us up for an ambush. Hell, you were just setting us up for a great meal. Thank you. Can we just talk for a second about how crazy life is? I mean, 10 minutes ago, you were screaming at me, you're nothing. And then I kind of freaked out and basically tortured you. And now here we are, enjoying a meal like gentlemen.
You slapped me in the face. I'm not gonna
I got
forget
you a
that you
shake, okay? Is this a setup? Hey, hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
I've got to get back to work.
It is a setup.
You're just gonna give everyone free will and walk away?
That's the way it works. You're welcome.
You hear the noise in the
Stay here,
background?
we're all gonna die. They're gonna die. Orange shirt, she's gonna die. Most importantly, we are all gonna die. This is gone unless we.
All this for Sylvie?
I don't buy it.
They're going to bomb every branch.
Yeah, including this one.
Targets are popping up all over the branches.
We need to know where this attack is coming from.
Knox wasn't looking for Sylvie. She's gonna prune all the new branches.
She already is. Mobius, she's going to kill them all. Mobius, they're killing billions. Take Dots down now.
I'll distract them.
Okay.
So she's a homicidal maniac.
Is this all of Dox's loyalists?
Everyone who didn't escape.
There's only one timeline.
There's none.
Yeah. There's only well.
Oh, it's all contracting to one timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people. Those are lives.
Sylvie,
Is this the best you lot can do?
there was nothing we could do.
Some defense. The TVA is the problem. It's broken. It's rotten.
Wow, so he just destroyed all the little timelines and all those people. So what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I'm lost. What does she want? What did she expect him to do?
I don't
Like-
know. Yeah, what did she expect him to do?
With the fall came, what she did,
Mm-hmm.
and Rainslayer leaving, it left a vacuum, a power vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone went out to do what they thought was right. You know, I understand the whole thing about like, oh, they're people and all that, but the TVA was based on pruning, and then like just because Loki and Owen Wilson's character and what's her name, but the other one C6, C6,
Yeah, the
whatever.
hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, saw it doesn't mean that everyone else has to believe. I mean, it's you lived your life a certain way, and then just because someone tells you, "Oh, look, this is how it is," I mean, the first thing you think is like, "Oh, this person's compromised." Not that, "Oh my God, they've opened their eyes. Maybe I should follow." So I think that's what it is. That the other lady, the general, the colonel, was doing what she thought was best.
Yeah, the judge.
Mm-hmm. She was doing what she thought was best.
Well, she was doing the only thing she knew
Mm-hmm.
what to do. Yeah. What's worked previously.
Yeah, which it did. I mean, it stopped the time loom from over expanding.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to see in the next episode what the consequences are. I think that maybe the timeline was too damaged, which leads to what we've been seeing hints about. You know, like in the future, from the first episode where things are like falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I guess it's like you get a beaker, it gets too hot, it cracks. You try to amend it, and you pour water in it, but it still leaks because it's already been cracked. So I think time has been, damaged already. That
So there's no way to mend it back.
yeah, it leads me to
So
want.
if you can't mend it back, then what's the solution to fix it all?
Like I was trying to. I think when I told you that it dawned in my mind like time heals all wounds. So like it's nothing. Time is time. Time has to heal itself. Like it would take. It's gonna take time for it to heal itself. It's. They have to. I guess like I would say like kind of like on a plant. Once like the branches break, or whatever, or there's a flood or a fire. They have to nurture back into place. I think with so many branches going about around in the secret timeline, I think it's just that like that it is like it's damaged. So like there's gonna be leaks. I believe there's still gonna be leaks. You see how it was like recollecting itself. Even though some branches were not even bombed. I think it's time. I think the timeline is very organic in a way, like it responds to to stimuli. I really believe like I think I think also what's her name, Miss Time, what's her name?
Oh, Miss Minutes.
Miss Minutes. I think she has something to do with it too. I really believe that Miss Minutes is organically connected to the timeline, and Miss Minutes itself is trying to what's it called, survive.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, because like she's the one that they said other than Kang or he who remains, the only other person that could open those blast doors is Minutes.
Just minutes.
So, which to me implied that she has some control over the system herself. She's not just an assistant. She's able to rewrite things.
So she's like the core of the entire TVA when it comes to the software.
Yeah. She's presented as a I guess like a what's it called, a mascot or an AI, an assistant, but I think she's much more than that.
Yeah, she's the link that brings the TVA and time together.
Yeah.
So she's like organically attached to both.
And it would make sense. Like it would be foolish enough to let time itself run. Like not. There has to be more control. Like the TVA is more like the landscaper that prunes. We have to use the word prunes. The ever growing time as it progresses. But there's something else that that is the what's it called? Kind of like the intelligence, the brain to it. Something like the TVA is just maintaining the timeline from overgrowing in certain areas. I guess if you think like a plant, like trees, all that.
They're like the fungal control.
Yeah. They're keeping things
the
in
fungus
line.
from going out.
They're the control, and then Miss Variant is. I mean, Miss Minutes is, the true controller.
Now I have a question for you. Now that we've seen a lot of the timelines disappear, do you think that's a way that that Marvel is gonna excuse retconning a lot of like the old movies, a lot of the old shows? They're gonna say, "Oh, those were part of the sacred timeline that disappeared."
That'd be really crazy, because that means that the movies we saw were not all part of the same timeline. That means you could say that Avenger 1, the Avengers, was, let's say, one timeline. Kind of like DC's, like, oh, that's Earth 32, oh, that's Earth 49. and then like so you have multiple events, so it's not linear. So then that way you can excuse. So I could see them doing that, and that way you can excuse certain things, which way before this started happening, fans were already mad because they're like, oh, then no one can die, you know. But comic books have always been known that, like, and like even like I remember Robot Chicken made fun of it, you know, like they're all like, oh, you know, obituary for Green Arrow, but they're like, but then we find out that you know we get Green Arrow from another dimension, or that you know he wasn't really dead, he was his twin brother, and they start making fun of that part, and it's true. Like in the comic books, that people died all the time. Batman died a couple many times. Superman died, came back to life. You know.
Yeah, because I mean, if you kill off the character, you know, you can't make money off of that character anymore. So they have to bring the characters back. But how do you get rid of the old characters? The TVA. Get rid of the timeline.
Yeah.
Like the Edward Norton Hulk, one way to get rid of that one. TVA came in and blew up that timeline. The X-Men, TVA came in, blew up that timeline.
Yeah.
And they're resetting everything and creating new timelines with new characters.
The actor that plays Kang, boom, delete that timeline.
Yeah. That'll be a good way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know, there were reports that when they found out the situation with the actor, they started doing reshoots. So I think this is part of the way that they're gonna actually get rid of the actor. And they might bring in another Kang or another actor. You know what? That would be pretty clever to do it that way. Do you think they'll actually go through with it though?
I mean, it's best case scenario. I hope they don't go the same route they did with the DC one with Flash. Like you kept the kid even after he was messing up, and I get it. You know, it would cost you money, but I don't know. I just think that like we all know that actors are unstable people, but I think like lately they've just been like let loose
because they're entitled.
Yeah,
they're entitled. Most of them are entitled and feel like they can do whatever the hell they want because these big corporations are going to bail them out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not really, because like bail them out now. Like, I mean, look at the whole Bud Light incident. They just like booked it. You know, I was talking the other day with who was I talking about? You know, the company that owns Marvel has produced a lot of questionable people off their like, you know, like their programming.
Like who?
The Mouse has created a lot of troubled youth.
Well, yeah, we know that.
And then
we definitely know that.
You know, and I don't know. I mean, you know, we blame the Mouse. Yes, we blame Disney, but it's not Disney. It's the people within the system. You know, and it's just. I mean, I think it's a responsibility. Like with the whole thing with King. I mean, look how Disney we talked about this earlier. Look how Disney misplaced. Took the wrong side in that Amber Heard and Johnny.
The Johnny Depp situation. Yeah, we talked about this. Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
It's easy not to jump to conclusion. Just like it brings back to Loki. Loki's really trying his hardest to try to make things right, and I feel that he has found inner peace because he could have during the episode he could have destroyed the Hunter.
Yeah,
could have like really, you know. We saw a side of him that we thought it was, you know, the old him, but I think he's really had growth. While Sylvie has not. Sylvie's still hurt. Sylvie, even though, you know, her intent was to destroy the TVA, she no longer wants that. She just wants to live in peace, be happy. But I also
remember they took her as a child too, so all she knows is, you know, chaos. She just wants peace.
But in the same way, I also think that, you know, okay, you know, we've all been to therapy. And we reach a part in therapy where we're like, oh, we feel happy, but because we don't want to take the next step. The next step, right after that happiness, comes a lot of sadness, a lot of truth that you have to admit about yourself. And I think Sylvie, in the same way, does not want to admit certain truths. That yes, she was taken away, but she is still she's still responsible for everything she did. Like the Hunter brought a good point. You guys try to do good things, but in the end, you always ruin things. and Loki's always been that way. Even you know, like through all the movies, you see him that he's like he messes up, he's mischieved, he wants to do bad, and then when he tries to help, he makes things worse.
Mhm.
You know, it's because he doesn't know how to. He is not a hero, and he's not. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a villain. I think he's an anti-hero. He's like similar to Deadpool. They're not heroes. They just happen to be doing heroic things. You know, a hero has to be a beacon, and Loki is no beacon. Loki is Loki. I mean, like, you know, it's like that's
Yeah.
what he does.
And you know, one thing I didn't understand that Sylvie said, she said, "You guys are not protectors. You know, you are the problem." But technically, they were protectors. Sylvie created the problem by
Yeah.
killing Kang, or the one who he remains, and all these people that died on those time branches are because of her.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to confront that truth, that harsh truth, that it's because of her that these people died. It's because of her the TVA is in that state that it is right now.
You know, but one thing I always question is about, even though if He Who Remains is so smart and you know all this, he created his own problem too. He should have known that by taking Sylvie, you create your own death. You know, what's that?
Yeah, but
Right?
he also mentioned that he knew that he was going to get to that point with them, but he was trying to convince them to take his role, his position, so they can keep the sacred timeline in control. But she made an emotional reaction and took the wrong decision by killing them.
Yeah. You ever heard of that the whole thing about the two wolves? We all have two wolves in us, and it depends who
No.
you feed. Well, it talks about, it's basically like, you know, the duality of humanity.
Mhm.
You have, and it's like the Batman and Joker. You know, it just takes one bad day to be bad, or one good day to be, you know, like you make a choice. So basically, the whole thing with the wolf is like we each have two wolves in us. One is good and one is bad, and you know, like, so one is all about anger and the other one's about compassion, happiness. So like think of the opposites of each other, and it always depends on which wolf you feed. If you feed the wolf, the wolf of that's full of greed, hatred, you know, you know, making enemies out of nothing just because it justifies your behavior, then
Mhm.
that wolf gets healthier and bigger and bigger. And I think in the same way, I think that's what this season one was about too. You're seeing the two sides. Loki and Sylvie are very similar because Odin took Loki as a child, raised him, showed him love. Maybe not the love that you know that was that Loki wanted.
Mhm.
You know, because at a point he always felt that he was second fiddle to Thor. Even though, like, we agreed that you know we both agreed that Loki would have been better ruler of Asgard than Thor. And Sylvie had the same situation. She was taken, she felt alone, but her hatred took over. Because I feel Loki in the movies, it was never about hatred. It was just about being, you know, troublemaker
And being envious.
and being envious.
Mhm.
And then Sylvie was about destruction. Her intent was always to destroy, and she was successful. So I think, like, in Sylvie, you have greed and hatred towards the you know, CVA, while Loki is just was oblivious to what was going on in the TVA. He just was doing it for himself. It was never malicious.
Yeah, it was just a selfish
Mhm.
desires and envy.
And then the same thing at the end of time. You have Loki that wants to control the timeline and save it. And not doing it for like to control the you know to take control over something. He wanted to be the guardian. While Sylvie couldn't see past. As soon as she found out that it was not the TVA robots the judges that created that pain for her, she couldn't get past that Kang was giving her an opportunity to better herself or to make things, like He Who Remains, try to make sure that never happened again to others. She couldn't get past that hate and had to kill him. Like it overpowered her. Like we've all done things out of rage and then we regret it.
Yes, very much so.
So I think that it is. And then now she's just trying to live in peace. But it's like, you have children, they mess up. And then they act like, no, like nothing happened. Like nothing ever happened. It's like, let's, like they want you to forgive them right away. And then, and like nothing ever happened. Start fresh. But that's not going to happen. So
because you want them to confront the realities of their decisions, the consequences of their decisions.
Yeah.
And learn from it.
And I think Sylvie's not ready to face them. So she acts out
and blames others.
Yeah, she goes back, like those kids that like stay in the room playing video games and watching movies, and then like they hide from the world because they're not really ready to face that. They've let their life gone by. They're like close to 40 and don't have shit to their name.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Wow.
Don't have shit to their name, and we won't name any names.
Wow. Luke Skywalker. Farm boy. Blue milk.
Yeah, and he went from blue milk to green milk. And he went from a farm to an island.
Mm-hmm. With a sexually deprived old man on his back. Thank you for having me and watching Loki together.
And we're back next week.
We'll be back next week. I can't wait to see what new changes are. I still feel totally lost. I have no idea where we're going with this show.
Yeah, neither do I.
In a good way, not a bad way, in a really good way, because it keeps me guessing.
Do you have anything you want to plug in? What about your where can they follow you on Instagram?
Like my Glad plugin? Plug it in.
Where can they follow you on Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, like Carrrdala, Carrdala. Sound like a pirate there.
Carrrdala.
If you Carrrdala, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter. From there, you'll find the other ones: Compadres Happy Hour and Hear Me Out Miami. Hear Me Out Miami is supposed to be a podcast. I just haven't, like I said, I haven't recorded anything, or it is recorded. I just haven't released it. And unfortunately, with Hear Me Out Miami, I feel like everything I say about Miami is going to be very negative because we are Miami, land of the Florida man.
The Florida man. Don't forget. What about your other hobby that you like?
Like masturbating in the shower? No, droning. Yeah, like
Why?
Because it makes you laugh. That's why I say because it makes you laugh.
Oh my god!
I've been watching Canteen Flat. I've been trying to fucking mimic him, man. Like I really want to get that quick how he is.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think if you get it down,
yeah.
If you get it down to his timing, his comedic timing.
Yeah.
I think you'll be able to you'll be able to get into comedy.
No, tan vulgar, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, he just makes me laugh. And like I can watch any of his things and I just laugh. But no, like droning, Joe. Yeah, you said I haven't flown my drone in a while. I put it away. I would take it, but like there's no way. I'm gonna be so exhausted from but I do have to, like, once I live up in Hollywood, I have to get back into droning, and then spying on pools and the ladies. That's what we all do.
But this is it for this is
yeah. This is
it for this episode.
Yeah. And so until next time, see you. Peace.
See you next week. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah.